Welcome to aminacademy.com. Let us do the history of the Greek world in the Persian Wars. Despite casting their net far and wide in founding colonies, the Greeks seem to have remained in the state of relatively peaceful coexistence with the rest of their Mediterranean neighbors until the 6th century BCE. In the mid 6th century BCE, the Cyrus, an ambitious king of Persia, embarked on a swift program of expansion, ultimately consolidating under his rule for largest empire of the ancient world and earning for himself the title Cyrus the Great. Cyrus, Achaemenid Empire bordered the area of Asia Minor that had been previously colonized by the Greeks. This expansion of the Persian Empire brought the Persian into direct conflict with the Greeks and became the origin of the Greco-Persian Wars, the greatest military conflict the Greek world had known up until that point. Seeking revenge on Athens and Eritrea, the Persian king Darius launched the expedition in 490 BC. Darius' forces captured Eritrea in mid-summer, destroyed the city, and enslaved its inhabitants. It is difficult to overestimate the impact of the Persian Wars on subsequent Greek history. Seen by historians as the midpoint of the Archaic period, the Persian Wars cemented a pan-Hellenic identity as they saw cooperation of an unprecedented scale among the Greek city-states. In addition, the Persian Wars showed the Greek military superiority over the Persian on both land and sea. Finally, the wars showed Athens in a new light to the rest of the Greeks as the winners of Marathon in the first invasion and the leaders of the navy during the second invasion. The Athenians emerged from the wars as the rivals of Sparta for military prestige among the Greeks. This last point, in particular, proved to be the most influential for Greek history in the subsequent period. Now we'll discuss further detail about the Persian Wars. First, regarding that, just we discussed about Cyrus the Great. Cyrus the Great, born 590 to 580 BCE, Media or Persis, now in Iran, died 529 in Asia, was a conqueror who founded the Achaemenid Empire centered on Persia and comprising the Near East from the Aegean Sea eastward to the Indus River. He is also remembered in the Cyrus legend, first recorded by Xenophon, Greek soldier and author in the Cyclopedia as a tolerant and ideal monarch who was called the father of his people by the ancient Persian. In the Bible, he is a liberator of the Jews who were captive in Babylonia. The Persian Wars were a series of conflicts between the Greek states and the Achaemenid Empire of Persia that took place in 499 to 449 BC. The wars were sparked by the Ionian Revolt, an unsuccessful attempt by Greek city-states in Anatolia to rise up against Persian rule. The wars resulted in the end of Persia's westward advance and the expulsion of Persian garrisons from the Europe. Here are some key events from the Persian Wars. Ionian Revolt. The Ionian Revolt began in 499 BCE when the Greeks in Persian controlled territory rose up against Persian rule. The revolt was led by Athens and other cities. Darius I's invasion. Darius first came to power in Persia in 522 and led the Persian invasion of Greece in 492. His fleet was destroyed in a storm. Battle of Marathon. Miltiades led the Greeks to victory against the Persians at Marathon in 490. The Battle of Marathon was a decisive victory for the Athenians over the Persians in 490 BC during the first Persian invasion of Greece. The battle took place on the Marathon plain about 25 miles northeast of Athens. The Athenian, aided by Plateau, fought against the Persian army led by Datis and Artapherians. The Athenian outnumbered defeated the Persian in a single afternoon. Athenian general Miltiades weakened the center of his army to strengthen its wings, confusing the Persians. The victory helped the ensured Greece independence from the Persian rule. The story of Periphetes, of a Greek soldier who ran 26 miles from the battlefield to Athens to announce the victory, inspired the modern marathon competition. Thermopylae. The king Leonidas of Sparta and his men died at Thermopylae in 480. The Greek victory. The Greek won the war due to Spartan leadership, Athenian loyalty, the Greek fighting power. Finally, we'll discuss short about Greco-Persian Wars, held on 492 to 449 BCE, series of wars fought by Greek states and Persia over a period of almost half a century. The fighting was most intense during two invasions that Persia launched against mainland Greece between 490 and 479. Although the Persian Empire was the peak of its strength, the collective defense mounted by the Greeks overcame seemingly impossible odds and even succeeded in liberating Greek city-states on the fringe of Persia itself. The Greek triumph ensured the survival of Greek culture and political structure long after the demise of the Persian Empire. So far, we discussed about in Greek history about the Persian Wars. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.